Before we get into the episode, I am thrilled to announce that the EntreMD Business School is open for enrollment. The EntreMD Business School is the only school of its kind for physicians who want to build 6, 7, and multiple 7-figure businesses. Over the last 2 years, we have had hundreds of doctors go through the school with unbelievable results. Some of them run brands, some of them run private practices, some of them are coaches, some have other kinds of service-based businesses or product-based businesses. And we've had people come in and cross the 6-figure milestone, cross the 7-figure milestone, cross the multiple 7-figure milestone. You will be in a place where you'll get the coaching, the community, the accountability that you need to thrive as an entrepreneur, especially in the times that we're in. So maybe you've been following me for a while. Maybe you've been getting so much out of the EntreMD podcast and you've been wondering, how can I work with Dr. Una and the community more? Well, this is your chance. Come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is application only. So go to entremd.com/business to turn in your application. I cannot tell you how many doctors have made statements like this. I recovered my investment in the first week. I recovered my investment in my bank account in the first 90 days. This is the best investment I've made in myself ever. I want you to have that kind of story, not just a story of building a great business that serves a lot and earns a lot, but having a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. So don't wait any longer. entremd.com/business. And now for the episode. Hi, docs. Welcome to the EntreMD podcast, where it's all about helping amazing physicians just like you embrace entrepreneurship so you can have the freedom to live life and practice medicine on your terms. I'm your host, Dr. Una. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the EntreMD podcast. Now, this is a special episode that is part of the EBS show series. So it's kind of like the inside scoop of what happens in the EntreMD Business School. So Dr. Tamara Beckford is an emergency medicine trained physician, and she is the founder of Your Caring Docs. She's a student, a proud student of the EntreMD Business School, and she is the host of the EBS show. So she interviewed students from the EntreMD Business School to feature their journeys. And she uncovered it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. So whether you're a veteran entrepreneur or all you have is an idea, there is so much to learn. So I want you to lean in. So now let's join them.
Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Tamara Beckford, and I'm the host of the EBS show. That's right. EBS, what is that? That's the EntreMD Business School, which is the premier business school for physician entrepreneurs, right? So I know you're watching and you're probably thinking, do I want to join those group of elite doctors who are doing so well in the EntreMD Business School? The answer is yes. And today's interview, you'll understand why, right? So today I'm going to be interviewing one of my wonderful classmates. This is Dr. Rashmi Schramm. So Dr. Rashmi is the founder and CEO of Optimal Wellness, where she helps busy women tap into their inner power so that they can live more energetic and purposeful lives. So welcome, Dr. Rashmi Schramm. Yes, Dr. Rashmi, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Dr. Beckford. Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled.
I thank you for stopping by. So tell everyone who's there, they're wondering. I'm pretty sure now they've probably seen Dr. Rashmi here, Dr. Rashmi Schramm here. She's doing meditation. She's doing yoga. She's doing mindfulness. Where was all of this prior to you being a part of the EntreMD Business School?
Oh, yeah. So that's right. And you hit the nail on the head, right? People are noticing that maybe they've seen me here and there. And I am a meditation teacher. I teach 2 different kinds of meditation. I do group programs. I do one-on-one work. I'm also a certified coach. And so I do some coaching in groups and also one-on-one coaching. And really before EBS, I was quite small in many, many ways and wasn't necessarily putting myself out there nearly to the point of where I could have grown my business. And I also wasn't even sure what my worth was. And so there were so many different aspects that were at play that were keeping me stuck before EBS. And since I've joined EBS, and it's actually almost a whole year at this point, there has been really, truly exponential growth within my business. And a large part of that has been me just growing personally as well. And professionally, it sort of, it kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it? And so, and understanding my worth, understanding the value that I bring, and understanding that it isn't just about service, but it's also about earning. Because as physicians, I think we're all really, really, really good at serving and really comfortable serving. And that's what I was doing. I was doing a lot of serving, but ultimately I have kids, I have bills, I also need to make a living, and I really wasn't doing that very well. And that's what EBS helped me to understand, and also basically put that into play, is to earn while I'm serving.
But that's such a great mindset shift, right? Because you're correct. We're physicians. The whole purpose of us spending most of our 20s, or for at least maybe 10 or so years of our lives, is for this aspect of our inner self, which is to serve. However, we've been ingrained to think that service means that you provide it, but it has to be for free, right? If you get any exchange, especially a monetary exchange in return, and it's icky. But we know that that's not true. And you said that that's such a big part of that inner change that has to occur. And that's what's happened for you being a part of the EntreMD Business School, right? So
that's exactly right. And it didn't happen overnight, by the way. And it didn't happen by myself. It really happened because I was with this group of very like-minded, service-oriented physicians who never went into business to make money, just like I never went into business to make money. But the truth is, we have to exchange money, and we have to exchange it at a rate that is worthwhile for us to do what we're supposed to be doing. And I was making money mean all kinds of different things. And ultimately, it means nothing. It literally means nothing. It is just an exchange for my value to a certain degree, and it's an exchange for my service. And once I started to get out of my own head about that, and it took quite a long time, and like I said, and a lot of group work along with that as well, I was finally able to start charging my worth and earning my worth.
Wow. And like you said, it was a group effort, and that's the thing, right? So do you think you would have gotten to that point, or how much longer would it have taken you to get to that point had you not had the group effort of being a part of the EntreMD Business School?
Yeah, I've thought about that too. And I think that's one of the, Dr. Una is amazing, right? Like we can all agree Dr. Una is amazing, but the magic sauce is Dr. Una plus the community, to be honest with you, and the connections that I've made within my own community. And it's hard to tell how long it would have taken me to get here. I think I possibly could have gotten here, but let's say it could have taken me 5 years. And think about the earnings that I would have missed out on, right? Like I could have read enough books or listened to enough podcasts or, worked with whatever I would have done. I think I could potentially have gotten here. But I think I could have wasted 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it certainly wouldn't have happened in the span that it happened in, for sure. It is, the catalyst was EBS, and I've chosen to stay another year. And I did that very deliberately, very intentionally. And it really is because my growth is not finished yet. And of course, none of us will ever stop growing, but my growth in a business sense, in the sense that I'm thinking of for my business, even though it is leaps and bounds. I mean, it is exponentially. The earnings for my, business is much, 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 much higher. And it isn't that I'm looking just to make earnings, but I'm also looking to really capitalize on what is this other vertical I could be working on? How else could I help these women that I'm working with? What else can I do to serve them and also earn as well, and make it more efficient and make this platform something that could actually serve more and more of the people that are looking for this? Because there are more people looking for meditation. There are more people looking for coaching, and I can't keep myself small, and I can't keep myself unscalable. And that's really why I'm staying in EBS.
Wow. So you're having your business, and you had a business prior to starting EBS. There's some people who come in and they have an idea. You had a business, but you were, like we'd say in EBS, one of the best kept secrets. This is
100%.
wonderful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was not putting myself out there at all.
Mhm.
I literally, it was really amazing that I was paying my bills when I was. I mean, it was about 5 months that I'd had my business open.
Mhm.
And it was really because I was working so much for so little that it was sort of a no-brainer for people to come work with me.
Mhm.
And it's not to say they're good or bad. It's just that that's just what was happening at that time, because I didn't really understand what I understand now.
Wow. So you go from that, you found, and which it is, it's a part of the self-worth, it's the confidence, is knowing their value and accepting and internalizing that value, and also getting out of your way, which is what you mentioned, right? So I know that I have a good product and I know that I do great service. And it's also okay to be paid for this service, which is the hardest part, especially us as physicians, because you're taught to, you're served, but earning is also another portion of this. So you got out of your own way, and then leaps and bounds started to happen. You know, you're going out there, you're letting other people know you're no longer this best kept secret. So putting yourself out there, tell us, what are some of the things that have happened in your life since you stopped being the best kept secrets?
Oh yeah. So many things, Dr. Beckford, so many things. So, and it's still, that ripple effect is still happening. Even just today, I got 3 or 4 emails from people who are looking to work with me because they heard me on a podcast that I recorded 6 months ago that they just listened to, or a YouTube video that I did 3 months ago, or an FB Live that I did, or a program I did in somebody else's. And so it's opened up all kinds of doors for me. And it would have it never happened unless I stayed consistent in the way that I was putting myself out there. And I see the effects coming back in these different ripples that aren't very direct. They can be in so many different areas. But yeah, I mean, I've been asked to do, paid speaking gigs because of this. I've been asked to appear, in person and out of person, and for different retreats and different summits. And I've really, really, really learned a lot doing those. And I think that's going to open more doors for more retreats and more speaking opportunities, all the things that I really love doing and know that I offer value when I show up and serve, and also know that I'm earning while I'm serving. And so, yeah, all of those things really are a direct effect from me putting myself out there consistently when I didn't want to, when I was scared, when I was like, really, is this working? It's like week number 4. Is this working?
Latent, right? A period of latent period going on, but you're
yeah, there was that gestation period, as we call it, that I had no idea about.
So now, so you're in the meditation space, you're in the yoga space, and then you got this honor to be associated with, to teach for one of the top people within your field. Tell everyone what that was.
Yeah. So I did a lot of my training with Chopra Global, and I am a certified teacher in a few different things for what they do. And as a teacher, I had a huge honor. I've had a couple of honors within Chopra Global. So one of the first ones was I was asked, I was featured as the teacher of the month, and they have about 4,500 teachers globally. So this was a really big deal for me. And it actually got me a lot of exposure, positioning, as well as some clients, actually. And then the second thing I was asked to do, and this just happened this month, was I was asked to do a webinar, so a teaching program within Chopra Global for the teachers, for the teacher community. And so I got the opportunity to teach the teachers, which was a huge honor, and is also something that I think certainly can lead to whatever it might lead to, but who I had to become to do that kind of presentation, and how I had to prepare for that. And more importantly, the way that I had to think about myself, positioning myself, like, why not me? Why not me? Like, why don't I get to meet Dr. Deepak Chopra? I did. It was great. It's, and why don't I get to spend time with? So all of these things really are because of this shift in mindset that has been happening for me within EBS for the last year, and noticing my worth, noticing how the value that I'm bringing when I show up and serve can come back to me in all kinds of different ways.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. So now, what would you say to someone who is thinking about joining the EntreMD Business School? They said, Rashmi, I see you're doing all these wonderful things. Is it worth it? Will that happen for me? I'm not sure if I want to be there. I don't know if I want to invest that much. What would you say to someone?
Yeah, I mean, those are normal thoughts to have, right? I mean, because we're trained to sort of stay small and to think very linearly. We're trained that way. We're conditioned that way. And so those are all really normal thoughts. They're thoughts that I had before I joined EBS as well. And, the way that we're all talking about it might seem like it's almost too good to be true, right? But the thing is, it kind of almost is. It almost is too good to be true. The fact that Dr. Una exists, the fact that she exudes this kind of calm confidence to all of us, and she shows us what's possible, right? Like as a leader, as a coach, she really shows us what's possible. And she's created this really safe space for us to be really vulnerable. And by that, I mean, like we're not only vulnerable when we're low, but we're also vulnerable when we're feeling really high as well. That's one of the most vulnerable times of our lives where we're like, oh my God, there's no place for me to go but down. That's a really safe space to share all these different wins for us. And she's created that. And if that is something that sounds like you, right? If you're looking for growth, like you do have to be open to coaching. And I'll tell you, I thought I was open, but I know the first 4 weeks, she started off with these challenges and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, no. She doesn't know who I am. I am not doing that. So I spent 4 weeks not doing any of the things Dr. Una said to do. But I also was watching all my other classmates do the thing. And I was like, oh my God, I have to do the things. They're so terrifying. I have to do them. And so yeah, I drag my feet a little bit and that's okay. But ultimately we do have to open up our hearts and our minds. And so if there's an open mind for you, but there's some kind of resistance that you're noticing, listen to me now, just join, like do it right now, because let that resistance go. If you are ready to grow, then EBS is the place for you. If you're like, no, I'm doing great. Everything is fine. I'm just watching out of curiosity, then that's fine. But I would say if there's even an inkling of curiosity that leads beyond just watching these things that you're considering joining, 100% join, 100%.
Join. And it's okay if you're a little resistant in the beginning.
It's really okay because I turned out all right.
Because you're going to see the results. And that's the power of being in the community, is that you see the results and then you start to see the little momental changes, right? So you're going to we consider ourselves being in a constant state of being uncomfortable. The comfort zone no longer exists. And so it's okay, right? We said that being uncomfortable, I think that's our zip code. Being not within our comfort zone, being uncomfortable is part of the zip code. So like you said, and Dr. Rashmi said, she was a little resistant. And I'm assuming, was it some of the challenges that said, put yourself out there, tell people that you exist?
Oh yeah. I think it was like ask a day challenge or something. Oh my word. Every day? I ask people about once every 3 months. Thank you very much.
Right? But then, you know what? You embraced that. And the Rashmi Schramm who started to the Rashmi Schramm who's here now, wow, what a transformation. So you already tell them they need to come. So let those who are watching, what are some of your friends saying to you? What are they noticing? What are some of your family members noticing about you? And they're saying, is this the same Rashmi? Come, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they see the grounded confidence that I'm living in now constantly. They are noticing that money really isn't any kind of factor. Like it's not a driving factor. It's not like a resisting factor. It's just is. And so I'm just open to abundance. I'm open to flow. And that happened several months ago. And that means that I'm easily giving as much as I am receiving. So I think people notice that for me. And I think that's fantastic. There's really no resistance there. And then ultimately it is just my joy. Like really, I'm just happy. And I literally sometimes, honest to goodness, as I'm like going in, especially for some of the special like mantra ceremonies and things like that. And on Friday, I had like 4 of them back to back. And I was literally like, how is this my life? Like, this is incredible. Like, how is this my life? Like, this is my dream job. And I am doing this like all day today. Like, this is so amazing and dreamy. And again, it can feel really vulnerable, right? Like, oh, I got no place to go but down. But noticing that and then just coming back to gratitude. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of people are noticing that about me. And ultimately, like, we tend to attract who we are. And so I've really been lucky. I've gotten to have some amazing collaborations, and I have some more that are coming up. And that's, again, part of me not being done growing at all, if that helps.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure others are like, hey, I want to be around those people. And we say, welcome, 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 welcome. We're here to help you. We understand some of the hesitancies. We understand if you're going to resist some of the changes. But once you really open your mind to it, up. That's the only way you're really going. Up, up, up. And you have this wonderful community where you can lay all of your vulnerability, because we're just super supportive. A very super supportive community. And, as I say with some of the others, we know that after you watch this, you will want to be part of it. So we're going to be the first to say welcome. Welcome to our new classmates. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. All righty. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Rashmi, for taking this time out. And I'm pretty sure that all of you guys out there, hey, you heard it first here from Dr. Rashmi Schramm. She says, just do it. Don't wait. Come see the growth. Let the exponential growth occur in your business, right? So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys as a part of the class. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope this inspires you to take even bigger steps as an entrepreneur. And if you're ready to go all in, come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is the only school of its kind created just for you. And I'll see you, my friend, on the next episode. Hey, if you love listening to the EntreMD podcast, I want to invite you to join EntreMD On Demand. It is my signature subscription program that gives you access to a library of business courses designed to help you do one thing as a physician entrepreneur, and that is to thrive. Just head out to entremd.com/on-demand, and I'd love to have you join us. See you on the inside.